Hey, and we are live. Welcome to Ken versus 10. I'm Ken, and the 10 is normally my death pile that I list items each week, see how many of those items I can sell before next week. But again, once again, I have special guest here with me, Brian from Jack's Treasures. What's up, Brian?
Hey, how you doing, Ken? How are you breakdancing, Judy? I see you in the chat. It's so nice to always to see you in the chat, and Jill, of course. Well,
Jill
I
is
was I
here.
was early. I will say that I was early.
Yes, Brian was he was here before I was.
hmm
And
Which was amazing because we have been so busy today. Oh my gosh.
yeah, it has been a busy morning already. A
hmm
busy week. Lots going on with just about everything, and
Yeah.
have had some good eBay sales this week. Of course, we're here. We'll get a few people in here, and we'll talk about
Hey,
the
Kim
the
T.
plush battle that we had last week, and we'll give the
It
results,
was
see who
epic.
won that, and
It was
talk
epic.
about that. Kim T is here. Hello, my friend Kim. And and there is
Hey,
my
Susan.
cousin Susan popping in. And as always, each week we like to find out what is Susan having for lunch. Susan is joining us here on her lunch break. She is a school teacher.
Yes.
Um, and so she's on her break period right now and joins with us. And so we like to find out what Susan is having for lunch. Actually, it's the highlight of my week, Brian. I gotta say, every
I just
Wednesday
found
here.
out that her husband is a teacher too. I did not
Yes,
know that. I did not know that. But I thought that was awesome.
and we've got Carolyn is here. Carolyn, Lisa Durr is in the house. Hi, house. Be be peaceful. Be love. Be love. Okay, here we go. Peanut
Hey,
butter sandwich and apple slices is what Susan is having for lunch today. Well, that sounds good. No jelly? No jelly on that peanut butter? You're just eating like a regular peanut butter sandwich? Who does
I
that?
actually like that more than I do peanut butter and jelly.
Really?
Yeah,
I like to
peanut butter and
do.
jelly is a little messy.
Oh, wait, no, he's an IT guy. He wouldn't cut it as a teacher. So
Oh,
where are you getting your misinformation from, Brian?
I was on WhatNot and he came into one of my shows and
Uh-huh.
he said that he was your cousin's husband. And I asked if
Yes.
he was a teacher too, and he said that he was. Or I might have
Hmm.
just been misreading the thing because I can barely see anyway. So that chat flies by and stuff. But I thought he was a teacher. Oh my gosh, I am like horrible. So far, I thought that your cousin Susan, that I sang happy birthday to her, and I didn't.
Yes. Uh
And I'm epic
that's right.
failing.
That's on the first show I made you sing happy birthday.
Yeah, I'll never forgive you for
to-
that.
so
And Tracy's
um
about to knock everything down.
oh simmer down, Tracy. Simmer down. Pop your head in there, Tracy.
Not a studio, right?
Tracy,
Let's all
you
say
said
hi
pop
to
your
Tracy.
head in. You
Oh,
don't have to walk behind the camera this time.
okay. Hi.
There she is.
Hey,
And there
what's
she
up?
goes.
What's up?
They
And off
built
she
the
goes.
studio on my desk, so
Lisa says peanut butter bread and butter pickles, mayo and lettuce.
You lost Tracy at Mayo.
Well, I love mayo, but mayo goes on certain things. Mayo does
Right.
not go on a peanut butter sandwich. And buttered pickles. But Lisa, come on now. I might have to bring Lisa on the show one time just to explain these eating habits. Peanut butter and bread and butter.
That would be good. I would enjoy that.
Jill says peanut butter and dill pickles grilled. What is wrong with you people? Jill, I thought I knew you.
Jill, I swear to God, you are a clone of Tracy because that is exactly what she would do. She puts pickles on everything.
Lost me at pickles. Oh, so Susan's not a big pickle
So
fan at
see, me
all,
and Susan are like
regardless.
a kindred spirit, and Jill and Tracy.
Tracy. Well, I like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I like Uncrustables. I have some of those like Uncrustable things, but they're like Costco brand. So they're like square rather than the round Uncrustables. And they're pretty good.
And we know that you love the Jack and Cheese.
Oh, but not as much as I love the mac and cheese right here. I got the Jack and Cheese, the original, right here, first
That
edition.
is the original right there.
Oh,
Very
I
first
knocked
one.
my nut off. The Jack and Cheese taco flavor is, and with the note that said "Happy belated birthday to Jill," and that's up here.
We gave away another one. Oh, we didn't give one away. We sold another one of those special editions on Lauren, Homeschool Mama's birthday. So we made up a special edition of Homeschool Mama Jack and Cheese. I'm still working on the SSK promo one, but that's going to be a big reveal also.
Bobblehead Paunch is back here. Poncherello from Chips. He was up there. He got hidden. So what do we got here?
Pick at your house.
They'll pick. Oh, my house right now, it's just loaded with stuff from storage unit things. But picking Jill's house, you want to find the cool vintage stuff. Jill's basement is the place to go. Corey says that he likes PB&J too, but I make it wrong. We had a discussion on the Reseller Clickbait podcast here. Oh, it's been a couple of months ago about how to properly make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. No, Jill, no. Angie is here, perfectly blessed.
Perfectly blessed. I love Angie.
I had fried pickles last night. Now, fried pickles, like the deep fried pickles and stuff, those are good. Things go with things. And other things do not. Peanut butter and pickles, no. Alicia is here. Ink Picker. What is up, Alicia? Good to see you.
Hey, Alicia.
Daryl is in the house. Howdy, everyone. What's up, Daryl? Daryl's another Ohio guy.
There's a couple of them.
Fried pickles. Yeah, we're all over the place here. Lisa's an Ohioan. Well, of course,
funny,
Susan and my family and Jill.
When Tracy and I go out sourcing in the Atlanta area, you know how it's football season, so all of the houses have the college flags up. Well, of course, we're going to see the Georgia and the Alabama, but predominantly we saw University of Ohio State University all over the place. It's like everybody from Ohio moves to Georgia.
They have a huge alumni, a huge, it's a big major university, and their alumni stretches far and wide. We made homemade. Corey says that they made homemade fried pickles with cheese and bacon. Now, see, those things can go together.
Those things would get okay Jack Treasures to South Dakota. At least Tracy.
There you go. We're all coming to Corey and Teresa's house for fried pickles and bacon. You know what the best kind of bacon, though? It's just regular breakfast bacon. They try to put bacon on all this stuff. Like they put bacon on donuts and they put bacon on, all these different flavored bacon things. And it's like, I just want bacon. I just want to fry up some bacon and I want to eat it in strips. Oh, there we go. Chris, Cajun Reseller. I have a note right here on my board. How's your weather? My friend? If you don't know, Chris is in the path of a hurricane today. And so we are all hoping that he weathers the storm, if you will.
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping for that.
Yes, and that he makes tonight. Shout out, Chris is in his first raid train tonight.
Yeah.
First raid train. If the not bad so far, it'll get worse the later it gets. Yes. I had seen like maybe coming landfall 1-2 o'clock or something like that. I thought I seen. But yeah, stay safe, my friend.
Yeah, definitely.
And hopefully you make your first raid train tonight. That's on. It's a raid train that Ryan Gulf Coast Pickers. Shout out
Yes.
to Ryan at Gulf Coast Pickers, and you frequent that raid
Yes.
train quite often. And
yeah, we're on it tonight.
And they've changed that over from just an all plush raid train to a plush and toy train. Am I correct?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much been a plush and toy raid train, but everybody's like Ryan and Rocket City Resellers and Coco Loves Life, they have an abundance of plush. So
okay,
it's sort of like morphed into that, but it really, I think the whole time it has been a plush toy raid train.
Yeah, that's I need to get on that at some point. Once I get myself really organized to where I can, just drop in a show and get some. I had told Jill last night, I said, man, I should prep a show just in case if, Chris loses power, electric, and they need somebody to jump in that spot.
Yeah, it has happened before. I mean, we were on, I know we're jumping ahead, but we were on a raid train, one of Ryan's raid trains. He did a garage sale. And normally on our garage sale raid train, we start off at 4:00, and we usually either start the train or we're second in the train. But we were on our way to the post office. This was about a month ago. We were on the way to the post office and we got rear-ended. And both Tracy and I had to go do a visit to the hospital because my back was tweaked pretty good. We were like just sitting at a light and just got hit. And so one of the first calls, and this was funny, one of the first calls we made, it was like, okay, we're going to call the ambulance. And then I called Ryan. I was like, Ryan, I can't do the train. I just got in an accident, but he had somebody, I think he had somebody come onto the train. It might've been the Perfect Price, Diana. And so, it's a great idea to just put your name out there for that.
Life happens for that. Carolyn, 100%. I'm on board with you and Angie. A BLT sounds delicious right now. Bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Well, I would eat a BLT tomato. I like tomatoes and I'll eat tomatoes, but I will not just like consciously put tomatoes on something. If it's already on there, I'm going to eat it. But I'm not going to go seek out a tomato and eat it. That's just me. Oh my God, I need to eat. I know, right? I eat something after this. I got stuff to do quickly right after the show. But that's Brian. We need to talk about why we are here. Why are you here the second week? Because last week was the setup show. We did a plush battle on WhatNot.
Yes.
Oh wait, hold on. We're talking about the battle. I got to put on my battle hat.
Yeah.
We had so we had set it up. We did a split screen WhatNot show. And
Ken was the host.
Yes, I hosted the show and brought Brian in on a split screen, and we would both show a plush, and then people in the chat would bid on it.
Like that.
Go uptown, jump around, think about your romance. Oh, yeah, I don't have to worry about copyright strikes on this show for sure.
Well, I don't know if that one would count. Do you? I mean, it was the plush.
That's true. Wait, IEBLM's bacon, lettuce, and mayo. Yeah, see, that's what I would have.
We are definitely kindred spirits because that would be me because I don't like tomato.
Yeah, I would. If I were making the sandwich, it would probably be a bacon, lettuce, and mayo. Yes, I agree. I don't even know if you can get one of those. Like,
Jill, we'll try to
I don't know who.
We'll try to put it in our show tonight.
There you go. What time are you on tonight on your raid train?
Oh my gosh. I I think either 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. I'm not 100%
Oh, so
sure.
you're
'Cause
late night.
Tracy runs that show,
Eastern
which
time.
is why Ken challenged me, because
Yes.
I don't normally do the plush shows.
Yes. See, I couldn't have beat Tracy. Oh, wait. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Oh, you did it that time. I did not. I did not.
I did. I actually won.
He did.
I actually won the plush battle against Brian, our first battle and my first battle on WhatNot, all the way around.
Mine also.
And so it was good, but it went down. It went down to the last plush.
Yep.
And we were tied. We did 25. We were tied at 12 apiece in the last one. And I told you off air, Brian, you know, I think your last plush was better than my last plush. But
somebody had home field advantage right there. Ohio State had home field advantage.
Bacon, cheese, tomato, no mayo that's
Mrs.
What
Jack.
Tracy. Yes.
Mrs.
Kim
Jack,
T says Miracle Whip, Hellman's, or Duke's mayonnaise. So I could go either Miracle Whip or Hellman's, depending on the mood that I'm in. You know, Hellman's, if I'm going mayonnaise, like real mayonnaise, I'm going Hellman's. But I don't mind Miracle Whip. There you go. Chris checking in. 10 p.m. Eastern for you guys.
Thanks,
and Chris.
Is on. I appreciate that.
Chris is on at 7 p.m.
Okay.
You know, Lord willing that everything works out for him. Chris is on at 7 p.m. Eastern time, which would be what, 6 Central. I think Chris is in Central time zone. Jill says a Miracle Whip, always Hellman's from Break Dance and Judy. Yes, my mother. Look, all caps. She said always. She actually will fist fight you. My mother will fist fight you over the whole Hellman's, Dukes, you know, whatever. I'm just usually going to the store. I'm picking up like, you know, Great Value, Walmart brand or whatever.
I'm on the one over at Publix that's buy one, get one free.
Oh, yes. Alicia, I could test mayos on the air rather than having a mac and cheese. I need to get back to that. To doing some food testing, because this is kind of like at lunchtime. 6 p.m. normal time. Shout out to Corey again over at Grams and Pops for his central being the enormous time. But doesn't really the world doesn't the world run on Eastern time? Really? I mean, yes, Hellman's in her macaroni said, are you saying your mood determines your mayo brand? I am. Sometimes, you know, because Miracle Whip, sometimes you want that little bit of tanginess that the Miracle Whip provides. You know, it's not like a real mayonnaise. It's more like a sandwich spread, they call it. So, yeah, sometimes I'm gonna, if I'm feeling a little more bland, I'm gonna go, you know, Hellman's real mayonnaise. But if I'm feeling a little bit spicy, I'm gonna go, yes, my mom's macaroni salad. Hey, maybe I'll have her make some for Cousins Weekend, Jill.
After you beat me on your plush battle, which mayonnaise did you use?
I didn't eat any sandwiches.
Oh, you weren't spicy.
Sometimes you just have to scoop it right out of them, just eat a whole spoonful. Carolyn's a Miracle Whip. Perfectly blessed. Angie is Hellman's here. Yeah, we'll have to talk to my mom. Maybe she can. One thrifty mom is here.
Hey, Kristen.
Up? What is up, Kristen, my friend? Good to see you. Kristen, she's killing it on WhatNot as well. She's doing all kinds of shows. Mood analysis. I can dig it. Yeah. Again, you might whatever I'm eating there. So back to the battle. I was able to best Brian with the help of some friends. Kim T that's in the chat there. She bought the last plush and was the deciding vote Again, little
And
bit of home field advantage.
my daughter bought from Ken.
Yeah, and Jill bought from. I think Jack set that up. He's like, oh, Jill's going. I know that Jill's going to buy Woodstock. I know, from Charlie Brown, Woodstock.
Yep.
And AZ Cats is here. What is up, Sue? Good to see you as well out in Arizona.
Aztec Cat. Okay. Aztec Cat to me. But I do that with everybody because I can't see the names when they're flying by on WhatNot. So I make it really fast and I just name them whatever comes like it looks to me to be what it is. Because I don't want to stop the show to sit there and try to figure out how to say their name. So I apologize to them and everything in the show. But once I say it, that's what it is.
Yes. Aztec Sue. Maybe I'll start calling her Aztec Sue. So, one of the things about the battle that was cool. Well, one of the really cool things is that I won. But the other part is it doing the battle and having the split screen with two different sellers allowed for we did it on my channel, but Brian had promoted the show and we had some of his audience and his regulars and his fans come in and my regulars and watchers that came in. And I think they bought equally. We had, some of your fans, of course, supporting you and buying from you, but also buying from me, and vice versa. We were able to, kind of maybe build our community a little bit doing a show like that.
Yeah, that's the biggest benefit to doing a battle is bringing together two sellers and bringing their sellers together into one show and introducing them both to the both of us.
And we had a pretty decent crowd in there that watched. We did get a raid from the T-shirt battle show, which we'll talk about that here in a little bit because you are on tomorrow night. You are on the T-shirt battle, and we'll talk about what that is.
Yeah, I am.
Watching while uploading a new YouTube video. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna watch her video too because she's doing real well on that.
Jill's still ashamed that she bought from you, and but
my daughter was not. Right? My daughter was not ashamed at all. She's like literally upstairs bidding on stuff, and she goes, "SSK promo," and I'm like, "What? Oh my god!"
So shout out to Caitlin for picking that one up, and shout out to you, Brian. No one who watches Ken is regular. We're all special. Yes, I agree with that. Shout out to you, Brian. If you're doing the battles on WhatNot and stuff, you have to have somebody that that you can trust, that has a good account in good standing, that that after the show was over, then I had to go in and if a person had bought multiple plushes, some from me, some from Brian, I had to unbundle those shipments, or the labels that just maybe a customer.
In the room now too.
There she is. Caitlin. Sorry, Dad. This Caitlin thought the show was today. Luigi for the win. That's right. Yes. Caitlin picked up that Luigi plush from me. But in this battle, the way that we worked it out, we split everything 50-50, which after the show, Brian, we need to settle up on that. We need to talk about what the true numbers were. But thank you, Brian, for, I sent the labels out to Brian, and he got the plush out right away on his end because it's on my account. And if he waits 2, 3, 4 days to send something out and doesn't package stuff well, and if a customer is unhappy about that,
Roman.
Sue was way out of her territory in Minneapolis. Brian's hat is still better than Ken's. Even Brian's Santa beard is better than Ken's. Simmer down. Yeah.
Wow.
You're stealing all my stuff. You're stealing my mac and cheese. You're stealing my first time buyer bell. You're stealing you're stealing my
Oh,
Santa
whoa,
beard.
whoa! I never stole the first time buyer bell. I did that for you. I did that for you. I have my price falls, and of course I have
Yes.
my Taco Bell bong for my new buyers and stuff. But yes, I did totally steal the Jack and Cheese, which is a much better product, all the way
But
around.
then Kraft mac and cheese. Oh, I'll have to sample. I'll have to do a taste test side by side.
Yes.
Abraham, my source of borderline inappropriate IG. Yes. So it was a fun time. We're gonna move along from the battle stuff, but it was a fun time. It was a
really
good
fun.
experience.
Yeah, the thing about it is, if you're ever planning on doing a battle, or if somebody asks you to do a battle, make sure that you do have that, as Ken was saying, that level of trust, because it does affect an account, usually the host account, because Ken got credited for all of the sales, but since we were splitting it 50-50, he's got to do the sales, he's got to take out all of the fees and anything that had to do with giveaways, because we did do a couple giveaways, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And I told you that I would, but we were splitting everything 50-50, no matter what sold or anything like that. So you have to have that level of trust to be able to do a battle. But battles are phenomenal, and I had a lot of fun, even though I lost by one. Thank you, Kim T. But it was a lot. It was really, really great fun, and I enjoyed it. And I think Ken, didn't you say that you just wanted to do a battle after that, and it could be anything? You were like, yeah, let's just do a battle on anything, and I was
on
like,
something. It was a fun time, and I look forward to doing some more, battles with folks in the future, because again, it grows your community, and it gave some lessons on bundling and working with somebody to get them the proper labels and stuff. But Caitlin's here checking in. She says she's gonna make sure you win the graphic tee battle. Yes, Brian did just say
yes,
Taco Bell bong, which has nothing
Corey,
to do with.
there's
Jack's.
That's Jack.
Yes, he did say that. That has nothing to do with smoking anything or any substances.
No.
It has to do with. Go ahead and
that's
go ahead
stuff
and
that
tell
you
it,
find
Brian.
in a storage unit. I will say that.
Oh yeah, I find those all the time. I found one like this big the other day.
Yeah. Well, the reason why we do that, if you'll indulge me, Ken, we have, there it is. That's our cat Jack, and Tracy and I had Jack our entire marriage. We've been married for 10 years, just over 10 years, and we had Jack the entire time. And Jack was like a princess. That cat was a kitten when we got her. She was so small, and she used to lay on my chest when I played video games, and she would be all over us, and she was allowed to do everything. Well, we lost Jack this year on Mother's Day. She passed away. And one time we went to Taco Bell when we first got married, and we brought back, the Taco Bell in the bag, and Jack got into the bag before we even had a chance to do anything. So from that point on, we knew Jack loved Taco Bell tacos. So every time we went to Taco Bell taco, we brought her own Taco Bell taco. That's the only reason why and it was only hers. We would lay it out, and she would eat that thing up. And by the time we got back, then wake up the next morning, it was gone. So when for new time, first time buyers from us, we do the commercial of Taco Bell where it goes bong, so we do the Taco Bell bong gong is what Tracy likes to call it. And we have a little thing, and I always say, she loves to say that for Tracy, and then she grabs anything that's around and bongs with it. And I'm like, I always tell people, I say, we're going to be getting sued pretty soon by Pepsi Cola, because I think Pepsi owns them.
Hey, any attention is good.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But that's the reason why we do that. Other people have that noise thing, na 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 na, and the bells.
Yes.
And, pizza party for Paul, the Philly Flipper, and butterflies. I think blue butterflies for Carpe Diem. Yes. Yeah. So everybody's got something. So we wanted to have something to honor one, Jack's treasures, which my name's Brian, and everybody still calls me Jack, which is fine. Ken calls me Jack all of the time.
I never get it straight
right away.
Because I look at the name and it's just that. What's up, Lag? Lag is here. Are we brothers? Are we brothers?
Closer to brothers than Chris.
Well, that's just true. They thought they thought Chris Cajun was his dad.
Yes.
Yodeling pickle. Who has a yodeling pickle?
I bought a pickle shirt from you on one of your Foodie Friday shows. So
anyway, we're gonna move along from. I'm gonna take off my battle hat, Brian, till the next time I do a plush battle.
It was intimidating me. It was intimidating me.
I could tell. I could tell you were a little bit, nervous and. So anyway, I want to move on to something else because when we had the plush battle, that was right after Jill and I had done a show earlier in the evening for that, and I hit one of the milestones of being a WhatNot seller.
Yeah.
I got by with a little help from my friends, if I had that cute, I should have
No.
I do for my first time buyers. Okay, for the yodeling pickle for your first time. That's right.
That's right. You do. That's right. Yeah.
So we hit 1,000 sales on that show. We were about 87 away when we started the show, and we loaded up our bin, our Buy It Now store with just tons of cheap, they weren't cheap items, but they were $1 items and stuff to give the chat a chance to buy some things inexpensively, to gift things. We had a lot of gifts go out to everybody. And then, we sold items on our regular show, and it just went, I was watching the total on the show just go up, 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 up. And it's like, holy crap, we're going to make it in this show. And we needed 87, and I think we sold 102 items in that show. And so we were solid into the 1,000. And I can't thank you and Tracy enough, Brian. Leading up to that, the support that you guys always shouting us out. And listen to this, folks, if you weren't following along with the show, and because Jill and I reached 1,000 followers, Brian ran a show immediately after our plush 1,000 sales. Yeah.
Yeah. You've already had that 1,000 followers.
Yes. I said that wrong.
Yeah.
And Brian gave away a Nintendo 64 because we hit 1,000 sales. And that's cool. And he had been talking about that for, a few weeks ahead of time. And that was helping send people over to our shows and get new buyers and get, new followers to at least, get the eyes on the thing on our items. And
it was an honor for me to do that.
I appreciate
because it got me people too. Because people came into my show, it's like, this guy's giving away, and I did it on my show.
Yes.
So my followers, they went from, I don't know, wherever we were. We gained 100 followers on just a 10-minute show where I gave away the N64. So I was being selfish in a way, even though I had to give that away. We have a lot. We bought a storage unit that had a ton of video game stuff in it, and so we had some. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and help out some people that I really like. And you've had me on your show. You were the first person to have me. He was the first person to even ask me to be on anything YouTube related. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to say thank you to him and get some followers myself and help promote him. Thank you, Jill.
And love, thank you to Caitlin. Yes, we appreciate that. Brian and Tracy are amazing people with amazing hearts. Brian and Tracy are good people. Brian and Tracy are so amazingly generous. And Corey says I need better friends.
Corey, you guys crack me up so much. I love watching your videos on YouTube. Tracy and I, or I watch them every single time that they come out. And you're really, the way that you guys interact, you and Teresa, is just it's fascinating. And it, not only that, I learned so much from that and from resellers clickbait. On resellers clickbait, but a lot on
we got
on Corey's show.
You're going to want to watch this week's, just quick shout out, this week's Reseller Clickbait podcast. We got a fun guest that's going to be with us. We're not revealing that right now. But here, I will throw this up here. Here's all I'm going to show. This is related to, let me take that comment. This is related to the show this week. We got a special guest coming up, and that should be fun. Roman says, Brian, if you want to move to Ohio, you're welcome, because we don't have enough resellers in our state. just me and Roman, and that's pretty much about it. And Corey, but Corey's, Corey's not even from here. Let me see. No, the Popo, yes. So that'll be a good. By
the way, that happened while he was live on WhatNot too. He was doing a Friday show, WhatNot, and Tracy and I were sitting there going like, "Oh, there's got to be something with this. There's got to be something with this."
Yes, and I haven't told Corey the story. I'm holding out because I want him to like kind of hear it firsthand and kind of the goings on. And
oh, my bad.
Yeah. So anyway, so we did hit the 1K sales. And for those of you that are not familiar with WhatNot, or why that is kind of such a big deal, is when you start on WhatNot, previous to your 1,000 sales, when you sell an item, you have to package that item up. You have to ship that item. Then once the buyer receives the item and either does kind of like a review of the item, or if they don't review it right away, it's like 48 or 72 hours before you get paid. So if we have a show on Friday, like currently, when we'd have a show on Friday, I would ship everything on Saturday. And if things were going out to the West Coast or further, it might take until Thursday of the next week before the person got it, and then for them to review it, or for, it to run through the system. It might be, a week to 10 days before we would actually get paid for the items. We would get any money. When you reach that 1,000 sales, you go to, you get instant pay is what they call it. So as soon as your show is over,
it's as soon as you print
and then
the shipping labels.
Yes. As soon as the show is over and you print your shipping labels, you get paid for those items. And and I guess that 1,000 sales, that kind of shows WhatNot that you're committed to this, that you you're not going to jake people around, that you have an account that's in good standing. You haven't had a lot of complaints from buyers that they're getting things that are not what you described them to be.
Handles all like returns and items lost and damaged items. That's all handled by WhatNot. WhatNot takes care of all of that. So they want to make sure that that you're a serious seller before they do that InstaPay.
It is. Instant payout is a game changer. It's going to be a game changer for us. So I don't know. I have a question, Brian, or if you don't even remember, because you guys have been 1,000K. You just hit 7,000 followers, just like
7,000
when we
sales.
were talking. 7,000 sales. 7,000.
Yeah,
sales.
I'm not at 7,000 followers. I did hit 7,000 sales.
Okay, that's what I thought we were talking about. 7,000 followers. earlier?
No, I'm at 3,500 followers.
Okay. Yeah, I live on mac and cheese. I don't need immediate pay. Mac and cheese, $1.25 or whatever at my Walmart for a box of mac and cheese. Need a little bit of milk, a little bit of butter.
Ken
You're
and
good
I
to
were
go.
talking. Sorry, Ken and I were literally talking about how InstaPay literally has changed sourcing for Tracy and I, and changed how we're doing our eBay. My eBay store was huge at one time. I had like over 5,000 items, and Tracy and I have been doing eBay for close to 25 years. But now that we're doing the InstaPay, and Ken and I were talking just very recently, and I was saying that literally if I needed money for sourcing, or if I needed anything for that, I would just do a pop-up show. I would do like video game consoles, make $200-300, print out my labels. I get InstaPay. I can go out sourcing with $200 or $300.
Boom. Yeah,
so
it's
really
going
is
to
a
be
game changer.
Going to be great to I do go to Menards a lot, but I don't think they sell craft brand macaroni and cheese at Menards, so I do have to frequent Walmart every now and then. Mac and cheese are like gold now. They pay some amount for it as a gold. Make up a bowl, take it down to the local, gold store. That's funny, like the pawn shop gold thrifting thing. But
I make a lot of money on the mac and cheese. I will say that. Oh, sorry, Jack and cheese. I actually make a lot of money on that.
Okay, Susan, have a good afternoon.
Yes, Susan. Good luck in your school year.
Maybe tomorrow, Susan, I will come over and deliver your items to you. I need to get a couple codes from you as well. Yeah, they do have a food section there at Menards. It's crazy. I love. Do you guys have Menards in your area, Brian?
No. I've actually never even heard of it. So, and I used to work in retail.
It's like a lumber store. It's like a lumber yard, but you can buy everything there almost.
Oh,
you can buy macaroni and cheese if you need to. Yes, that's good advice. Have a quick afternoon, Susan.
Yes.
Appreciation post. So happy for you, Ken. Thanks for sharing. And my boyfriend Mark and I appreciate you and your show. Very entertaining, interesting, and interactive. Yes, Carolyn is a great supporter, a good friend of ours. Her and Mark as well. And they're always in the show. I'll usually put Carolyn on as one of my mods, because she's usually there watching, and she helps guide and direct the show, and much appreciated. Kim is also a mod a lot of times, so
he doesn't mod me.
Yeah,
I gave away an N64 and I don't get modded.
Hey, I modded you in the last shows. I most certainly did. You just didn't take advantage of my generosity.
Yes.
Well, no, the one before that. Yeah, Menards is a good store. Never heard of it. It must be a
northern
wannabe
thing, Kristen.
It's
a wannabe Lowe's or Home Depot. That's funny.
So Chris is saying that Menards is like the Temu of Lowe's and Home Depot. Don't mod Brian. He forces me to do it. Angie, are you treating Angie poorly?
No, not Angie. That's Tracy who said that. So whenever we pop in a Paul's show, he automatically mods us, and then for the next 4 hours, Tracy and I are busy modding, which is normally Tracy, not me, because I can't spell, I can't type very fast, I got fat fingers, whatever. So Tracy does all the modding.
Yeah, it's I that's a thing, mods that come in your shows, you gotta, hopefully somebody is gonna stay there. Not necessarily, they don't have to stay for the whole duration. It's no pressure on a person, but you want somebody that's going to help you look and see, especially if you're doing the show by yourself, look and see if there's pre-bids on items. Look and if somebody requests something, if Home Depot and Walmart had a baby, it'd be Menards. So yeah, we'll move along from that. But thank you, anybody that was in the chat here that participated. I know that Angie was in the 1K show, a lot of the people that were in here, and over the time since we've been doing this, that have supported us.
You hit
And
1K really fast. You really
you
did.
know, we've been doing this, I think, about 4 to 5 months. I forget if our first shows were like at the end of April or the first of May, someplace right in there. And you
Right.
know, to hit that 1,000 followers, and
Sales.
that just goes out to the support of people. Well, 1,000 followers and sales. That goes
Yeah,
out to people like you that in the shows. You know, shout out to Paul Philly Flipper and Ray Nashville Flippers and Jen's Multiverse and Hangar 909 and Terry Evolving Farmhouse and just tons of people that have been supportive, that
Yeah.
invited
Now,
us.
those are the people that
didn't know
really
us.
helped you, because my shows, I'm very, very small on WhatNot. I mean, I have a lot of sales. I have a room that usually has about, I don't know, 20 people in it or stuff like that. But the people that you just mentioned, they got hundreds in their show regularly.
And
So
they helped us. They helped us get there. Maybe quicker. I mean, I know some people that have done a couple shows and there are 1,000 sales and 1,000 followers and blah blah blah, and they just go real quick. And other people, work at it for a long time, and so we're very fortunate to have a good support group of people, good friends. A lot of the people we were friends with previous to being on WhatNot, but from the YouTube side, from the YouTube and eBay community and stuff. And here, fun fact, Menards often carries exclusive Lemax pieces like Kmart used to. So if you have which is cool because you can go buy those, and if people can't get them in their areas like you couldn't pick up a Menards Lemax piece, and you're going to be looking for that. I'm small. I have a lot of followers. Wait, hold on. I'm small. I have a lot of followers and a lot of sales. Brian, you guys are awesome. Stop it. Yeah. Give yourself credit. Well, actually, this is my show. I'm tired of giving Brian credit on my show. No, you guys are great. And we got to meet a lot of times. It's backwards. It's like you see somebody and you've interacted with somebody either on a WhatNot or on a YouTube or something like that, and you've followed them and you've watched them for a while, and then you meet them at like a meetup or some place along the way. It was just the opposite with us. I had no clue who Brian and Tracy were, Jack's Treasures, when we met them in the hallway at the hotel in Nashville, and
he's regretted it ever since.
Well, I have, but I'm trying to be positive. I like to be a positive, upbeat guy on this show. And one of the sour spots in my life was meet Brian. Now, Tracy, I'll take Tracy, all day long. She's fun and bubbly, and I didn't get to talk to her because Brian was up. So
she puts her hand on my shoulder now and tells me to always be quiet.
Well, that's what I'm like, Brian. Shh, Brian.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm grateful that the first impression wasn't the last. Yes, this is true. That's funny. Because we were like, we walked down the hall with Brian and Tracy, and then we were like, man, who are those people? I didn't even get to say anything.
They literally were walking out of their room when we walked by.
It's very hard
it was just like that instant they walked out of the room, we were right there. We were walking by. It was almost like we were stalking them, and I didn't know anybody.
I think they were standing outside our room listening, because you know how you open the door and someone kind of accidentally like almost falls in? I think that's really what happened. Terrific how Brian helps out so much, and all the other great folks too. Such great camaraderie and support from the WhatNot community. It is.
Thank you.
It is. And I love to see that people like Carolyn or Kim that's in here.
Kim.
They're not resellers. They're not on any platforms, but they've they get into this community, and it's fun for me to go into like another show, maybe a show that's, you know, one of my friends, and see them in those shows. And it's like, that's cool. They've just kind of branched out, and that's what the whole community is about. And who did I miss? Oh, there we go. It's my friend Lori. Happy Picker.
Hey, Lori.
Is here. Lori is here. I must have missed that because she's saying hi, Chris. I must have missed her back. Sorry, I'm late. Okay, yep, that
No
one
worries.
flew by me right there. Good to see you, Lori. See, there's another one. Okay.
Yes.
There's another one who, you know, I said earlier, I'll take Tracy over Brian any day. I'll take Lori over Kyle, the grumpy picker.
And I wore the romper.
Okay. Yes. I love Kyle and Lori, the happy and
Me
grumpy
too.
picker. They are fun. I've got to meet them a couple of times. Once out in Vegas and then in Nashville.
It's funny, we met them and I remember them, but they don't remember me, which that tells you how much medication I was on.
No, you're just forgettable. That's all.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
next time I'm wearing the romper to one.
Yes, the taco cat romper. Anyway, okay. I wanted to talk a little bit then as far as WhatNot about, like, one of the cool things is all the different types of things and shows and stuff that you can do. Raid trains, mystery box shows or mystery bag shows, different, you know, staying in a different category, you know, that you're selling in. Now, you guys, every time I get on WhatNot, I'm surprised actually that you're not on here and on WhatNot at the same time, because every time I go on to WhatNot, Jack's Treasures is on doing some sort of show. And there's, number one, there's something out there for everybody to watch. There's something out there for everybody to buy. And as a seller, you can get really niched down in one sort of a sale. Like say a Foodie Friday, or tonight the plush and toy raid train that you're on and that Chris Cajun is on. And
Lori's been on that show too, I think.
Yes.
Or that she does the garage raid train.
Yes, there's the garage sale raid trains. Mystery shows. Oh, shout out. I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna put in the chat here, just because it's my show and I'm allowed to do what I want. I'm gonna put a link to our I hate that little thing on the side that brings up like the little heart. Somebody say something in the chat so it'll move. You can't get to the little 3 dots on the side because they have that little heart thing on there. At least I can't.
It's funny.
If they aren't doing the show, they're in the chat. Yes.
Nothing.
Yeah, nobody says a thing.
There you go.
Yes, Andy So Meta.
Thank you, Andy.
I love Andy So Meta. He sends me these little like videos and stuff all the time. That dude is just
does something interesting on WhatNot too. In his shows.
What's that?
He said he runs something called a Trust Me show, or Trust Me item. So he'll grab a random item, like he'll grab this, a Magic 8 Ball. Okay, he'll say, "Okay, trust me," and he'll run it. You're not bidding on the Magic 8 Ball. Okay. And then he'll run the auction, and then after the auction is over, he then reveal what the item was. And he says, "Oh, one of the items that he did was a laser printer."
Nice.
Yeah, and so somebody picked up a laser printer, a $200 laser printer for like $25, and then after it was done, I know Homeschool Mama, Lauren, they were like, run it again, we'll bid it up again and everything. And he was like, it's a Trust Me item, and that is just, to me, that's amazing. I mean, my gosh, if you could run something and basically say trust me and get $25-$55, that's a miracle.
Well, you know, that's the thing, that the kind of the avenue I was going down with this part of the discussion is there's so many ways to be creative with a show and with your community and with doing something. I pinned at the top of the chat there. I pinned to SSK promo channel where Jill and I do our shows, because we're going to do a mystery show this Friday night. That is all. We've got a bunch of really cool that Jill picked up, like blanket throws. There's Halloween, there's fall. They're all kind of like seasonal right here, but there's a number of Halloween ones. We've got some Vera Bradley, we've got some whatever, and we're going to do a mystery show sort of thing where the buyers, buy a number, and that's the blanket that they get, and it should be.
And you also do secret what's in Santa's sack.
Yes,
which I absolutely love that, because I've bought in it I think 3 or 4 times and got some really, really good deals out of it too.
Yes, you may, Lori. Let's do it. Lori, wait a minute. Somebody say something in the chat again, damn it. Hold on.
Well, if Lori's having a birthday show, I'm all there, as long as I'm not having a show myself.
It is what I'm going to try to do, Lori, is mod you so that you can actually put a link in there. Thank you, Jill. Let me see. Add as a moderator. That should be yes, Lori, do a shameless plug for your show. Give us the time, give us what you're doing, and happy birthday, by the way. Yeah. Part of a garage sale raid train tomorrow, and it's my birthday, and I'm giving away a lot of stuff. Lori, if I don't know, did that not mod you? 7:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, I have a
Central
show.
Or Central time, 7:30. I can't. I don't know. That doesn't look like it. That it modded her.
Let's see. 7:30 Central would be 8:30 our time.
Moderator, standard moderator. Well, why doesn't it? Why doesn't that want to take that?
Lori, I'm on that raid train too. I'm going to give something away in your honor.
There we go. Now I can see it. Lori, put a link to your show in now. Let me get why do I not see? Oh, there we go. Oh, I just brought the show to a whole halt.
Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that. I was trying to figure out, because I have a graphic tea battle at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. So I was thinking if my show was going to be over at that time. I don't know. Our shows are those graphic tea battles are running about an hour and a half. So it might be done at that time, but I'm not hosting it, so I can't control where they raid.
Okay, so Lori, I figured it out. And then Brian, I also added you guys in as a mod if you want to put links to your channel or whatever, or your show.
Okay,
Tracy wants
will
to do that
if she's not under the.
So anyway,
dryer.
So we were talking about the different types of shows and stuff, and so we are doing a that mystery blanket show with all kinds of cool, really nice, like fleece plushy blankets and stuff. And that'll be on Friday. So I pinned our show at the top, or our link. Go to our channel, bookmark our shows. But I'm going to talk about T-shirt battle here, because that's another type of show, a battle like we had. I'm having a birthday show a few days after I get back from Jelly Roll concert for my birthday. Oh, how fun is that?
I'll be there.
There we go. Happy Picker. Go click on there. Click on, hit that little bookmarky thing on the show, on every show that she has scheduled. Just hit them all. Just hit them all. You'll get a notification. and you'll be able to go wish her a happy birthday and buy some stuff from her. Not only will you might win something on a giveaway, but show some support. You know, I want to say this, Brian. I'm going to say this out loud. I'm going to say it out loud.
Okay.
Are you ever disappointed when you have a show and you do giveaways and it's somebody that just popped into the show, won the giveaway, and you've never heard of them before? They don't buy anything. You haven't heard any. You never hear from them again.
Yes. When we did our 1,000, we did a 2,000 followers show, and I gave away an N64. This is a great story, by the way, and thank you for bringing that up, Ken. The person that won it had never bought from me before. They were in the show, which is fine. I mean, because I'm the one that's putting it out there that, hey, I'm giving this away, and all you got to do is follow. And in some cases, they say, oh, you have to buy something, but you can get around that by filling out this form that WhatNot has and do that. And I gave it away. It was the N64. It was in working condition. It had all of the parts, and I've never heard from the person. You know, she said thank you in the chat, which was really, really nice. And yesterday on my raid-in show to the Graphic Tee Battle, I ran a PlayStation 3 that I got at a yard sale this week. And I said, I'm going to run it at cost. It cost me $30. I'm going to start it at $30. And she bought it. She was the one who bought it, and she paid, I think, $56 for it or something like that. And then she reminded me that, yes, I won one of your giveaways. And that made me feel really good. And so I guess yes and no. Doing a giveaway is a double-edged sword. They call them givey goblins that will come into a room and that's all that they do. But it's the cost. I call it the cost of doing business. Like you taught me, one of the things I asked Ken in, I think I did it when you were doing resellers clickbait. I made a comment and I said, how do you get your name out there? And you were like, go into rooms, go into shows and ask questions and things like that. What he didn't say was go into shows on WhatNot and buy everything that you see. Well, that's what I did.
Yes.
So we were getting like tons and tons of boxes of stuff and getting all of that stuff. But it's just the cost of doing that business. So I attributed it to that, of saying, okay, I need to get my Jack's Treasures brand out there. And so we would buy stuff that we didn't need or get in giveaways. Now I hardly never get in a giveaway. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed that, like on your shows, when you're doing a giveaway, I very rarely will get in that giveaway because I want somebody that's to win it that's going to follow you. I'm already following you. I'm already buying, I'm doing that.
I do the same thing. I very seldom ever get in a giveaway, or if I do get in a giveaway, I don't get in a lot of giveaways because I don't need a Starbucks card. I'm not going to drink coffee, and that seems to be the overwhelming thing. And I don't need a Pokemon card. I don't collect Pokemon. It's not a thing of mine. And so I don't get in them. If I have bought something from the person, I'll get in the giveaway just because that also helps offset that cost of shipping it out. The people that I never heard of them as a givey goblin. These people that just go into the shows, get into the giveaways, win something, and then you never hear from them again. It's a bit painful, especially if you don't even get a follow from them.
They immediately unfollow you after they win the giveaway.
The form is the only way WhatNot can legally do giveaways. Definitely like it better when someone I know wins, but I do know that it's possible to give.
And spins and computer spins, but WhatNot said to shut those all down. Paul actually used to do that. He used to have the wheel that he would spin, and WhatNot said you can't do that. And so they stopped doing a lot of that too. There is two different thoughts on doing giveaways. Some of the really, really big sellers like Green 13 and Corey Max, they have different thoughts. And of course, Paul and Jen's Multiverse, they have different thoughts on doing giveaways that it's not a benefit or is a benefit. I don't know.
Well, that's one of the things for me, I'm going to be looking into this. WhatNot just started a rewards program.
Right.
Okay. And I had asked a question of another seller the other day if they thought that the rewards program was going to replace giveaways. Their answer was no, that they would still be doing giveaways to attract those people. But so I still have to set mine up. I had called it up this morning. It just came out to everybody. It was in beta. Just came out to everybody on the 9th, so a couple days ago. And it is a way to reward the followers and the people that come into your shows with discounts, with coupons, with monies off. And they have different tiers, bronze, silver, gold,
Right.
diamond, platinum, all of these things. And it rewards those people that return to your show for, like, if they've watched X amount of shows, or if they've bought X amount of items, or spent X amount of money,
Right.
they can get special offers. You can set it up, and it's very customizable by the seller.
Mm-hmm.
We get to choose as the sellers what tiers. Like, maybe I want, people to get jumped on board as a bronze level, and they only have to watch 3 shows, or maybe they just have to make one purchase or whatever. And
Right.
after that, then they make their way through the tiers, and they'll get better discounts, better values, better percentages off, monies off.
I know that you can run shows that are strictly for the rewards members too.
Yes, you can
Like
do
up to
that
the
if
top,
you
to
get
the
to
higher level. You get up to that higher level, you can run
Yes.
a year-ending show that's just for them.
Yes. And you could, and as far as I understand, you could do that anytime. I could set it up where, hey, if you make it to bronze status, the very first one, I could do a private show that just is the bronze people. And, it's a good way to reward people without giving
Mhm.
away, Starbucks cards, and giving away, whatever you might give. We give away a lot of socks. We like to give away the socks. Started with the
Yeah.
mac and cheese socks, a lot of mac and cheese, but we try to do socks now that are themed to the show that we're doing.
Right.
Disney socks on a Disney show, that sort of thing. This is already a thing, or it's just coming. Lori, it is, if you check on your PC, I don't think that you can set it up on your phone that I'm aware
Mhm.
of. If you go to your main page on the left-hand side where it has, like, your home and your shipments and your shows and all that stuff, down towards the bottom, there's one that says rewards program. You can go there. There's a little video that tells about it, and then you can
Mhm.
start setting up your different tiers.
Do
I'm
you have to
definitely going
apply for
to.
it now?
No, it's just there. It's there for all
Okay, that's
sellers.
good. That's good.
It's not applying. There you go. Kristen said she just set hers up.
That's awesome,
Yeah,
Kristen. I want to get on yours for sure.
and it could be a better than buyer's givey.
Mhm.
Yeah, there are socks. Kim has so many socks from us from winning, and you had touched on the What's in Santa sack, and everybody knows that here. I'm a seasonal Santa. I'll be bleaching this all out here in just a couple of months. Yeah, cool. So I learned so much. See, yes, that's what the whole community is about, from watching people and talking about it, and you talk behind the scenes with with Brian and I, or me, and
Mhm.
other resellers and stuff, and you learn.
Yeah, and
Corey and
I
I
didn't
talk
know
a
about
lot. I
it.
learn a ton from Corey.
Yeah, I didn't know about it, and Ken told me about it this morning, and I was like, I knew about what it was. I just didn't know that it had rolled out and that it had started. And like I said, I've got 7,000 sales. He's got 1,000, and I'm learning from him. So, you can always learn from anybody.
Well, everybody does it different, and it's not those number of sales. Obviously, you have a lot more sales. You've been doing this a lot longer, and you run several shows. Your whole business model right now, you had talked earlier
Yeah.
that your eBay store that used to be here and a little bit of WhatNot is now
Yes, I have flipped
this
it
way.
over.
And you're making your money, and you're living more from the WhatNot, and kind of looking at the sourcing and stuff different. I am I am still in that more of an eBay model. WhatNot is kind of gaining on that because I kind of got it in my head that I need to make X amount of money per week or per month to live on. And it really doesn't
Have
matter.
a great day, Corey.
What source?
And you are not a crappy eBay seller. There is no doubt.
Oh no, these guys are killing it. I just saw their Instagram for their Monday sales or their weekend sales, and Corey and I talk behind the scenes about stuff. And yeah, the way that they do stuff and the way that Corey looks at things is different, and it's very enlightening. So yeah, Corey, have a good afternoon, my friend. I appreciate it. We got to get wrapped up here too. We've almost been about I don't know how people make money on WhatNot. Sometimes things go so cheap.
You're right.
Especially when you're starting out, you have to, if you're starting in WhatNot, you have to take some losses. It was great to hang out with you both in the chat, but I got to grab lunch and get back to work. All right, Lori, we will look forward to seeing your birthday show tomorrow.
Yes.
Go back up in the chat, click on that link, and go check out Lori. Before we finish up, yeah, definitely can learn from anybody else. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I do a Sunday night shout out show, and I'm a fairly small seller.
Not only that, but she asked for co-host too. Kristen asked for co-host. I co-hosted on her show too.
And you can always learn. You get those, and the community is so great and so giving and so caring and such. But before we get out here, I want to talk about your t-shirt battle. Now, there's a big t-shirt battle that was started by 4 team captains: Paul, Philly Flipper, Jen's Multiverse, Terry Evolving Farmhouse, and Diana Hanger 909.
Right.
And they chose brackets. They chose their team, 5 people? 5 people
20
on
resellers.
each team. And they and now they're going against each other in a bracket sort of a format. They do the same as we did on the Plush show. It's 25 shirts. The first to 13 wins the battle. And
and they're going to run all 25, just like we did.
Yes. Well, they ran 25 shirts, but the losers don't get reran. The losers don't get reran.
You only run the shirts once. That's it.
Yes, click on that before we finish up. Click on this link right here. First of all, prayers for my friend Chris that the weather passes by without incident. But click on that link right there. Go bookmark his show for tonight. His first raid train. Chris's first raid train that he's on. I know he's going to kill it because I don't know personally anybody that knows their plush better than Chris, Cajun Reseller. And
he was answering questions in ours. we were putting up a plush, and Chris is saying exactly who it is and all of that. It was
he
great.
knows the characters, he knows the brands, he knows the Disney, he knows all of it. So go click on Chris and think about him later in the day too, when if you're watching weather in that area down Louisiana area.
Yeah.
So Brian, you are on Team Jen, yes?
Yes. Yeah, I was drafted by Jen's Multiverse. They did a round robin draft, snake draft like they do on the Monday night draft, which Ken is a judge and co-host or does an awesome job on that. And we were drafted by Jen. Then they did a wheel to see who was going to be battling who, and they did a wheel on when they were going to battle. We are the 9th battle that's taken place in the first round. They've done 7 so far. The 8th one is tonight, and then tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern time, 6 Central, we will be battling on TJ Pallet Jackin's site. Yeah, he's going to be co-hosting on that, and we will be going up against him in a graphic tee battle. And then the winners will go on to round 2, and then they'll have a round 3, and then it's going to go on the entire month. That's the amazing thing, is this is going on the entire month of September. Every weekday in September, there's going to be a graphic tee battle. So
Yes.
I'm honored to be asked. Ken would have gone in the first round. Jen told me in the
Damn
first
straight.
round, Ken would have went in the first round if he had that 1,000 sales. And he has the 1,000 sales now. And Jen has already said the next time they do this, Ken's going to be in the first round. And I say, well, I think that is an awesome thing right there.
Yeah.
It's for those guys, they have no meat in the bone at all. I mean, they're getting followers, but they're not allowed to bid. They're not allowed to, they're not making any money, and they're taking time out of their day to be in that show the entire time, promoting their sellers, their team. And it's just amazing. Yes, I love TJ. I was so glad that I actually got to meet TJ up in the Nashville meetup, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. We've talked a lot, and TJ has been doing this amazing analysis of all of the matches. He'll sit there and he calls me up and he says, "Did you see how that one went? This is what we need to do. This is going to be good. Okay, we need to run this.
Which is cool.
Don't run that."
See, okay, stop right there. That is the community. These guys are battling one another, and they want to win, and it's for the win, and it's for to move on, and it's for to gain those followers and stuff. But it's also, hey, what can we do in our show to make it better, to make it different, to get the people to make the sales, because you want to ultimately want to make the sales. Now, Brian, I know you're the guest on my show here, but I did put, this benefits you, I did put a link in the chat right there. That is to the t-shirt battle show with Pallet Jackin. So that's a link to Pallet Jackin's channel, to TJ, and click on that, and you can see Brian tomorrow night at 7 Eastern time.
I'll have a raid-in show before it. So
Brian,
my
do you want to show? Yes, you'll have a raid-in show before.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Diana hitting 8,000.
I think love Hanger.
Hit 12, and Jen's Multiverse just hit 20.
Yes. Yeah, so you play to win the game for sure. You play to win.
Yeah.
Brian, we're gonna start to get wrapped up here. But are you interested at all? And you don't have to do this if you don't want to. Are you interested in all? I see some of these people that are out here on this t-shirt battle, and they're making personalized shirts. They're doing, there's some maybe a little bending of the rules and stuff, but you see people that do custom embellished shirts.
Yes, we are allowed to upcycle.
You are allowed to upcycle a shirt. Yeah. So, Brian, would you like to see your upcycled?
This is my upcycled shirt. It is a Nintendo N64, and I attached an N64 to the shirt. So you're going to be bidding on the shirt right here, the Nintendo N64 shirt, and it's upcycled right here. So you could wear this around, or even you could attach it to a TV and you could play it while you're wearing the shirt. I don't think you could lose.
Is probably one of the most creative things that I've seen. When I saw your Instagram come out, where you had that just like taped, it's just like taped to the shirt. I thought that is see Jill swipe on that. That's super creative, my friend. I think that, and that's part of it too. We talked earlier about how there's so many ways and whatnot when you're doing the live show, and you personalize it to yourself, and you can have fun, you can do things. Sometimes it's just fun to be on there. Maybe the show's not going that great sales wise, but you're just having a blast. You're having a blast with the chat. And other days there's nothing, there's crickets in the chat, but you're selling. And
I've had both.
It's just
I've
so
had
cool.
Both shows. I've had both.
Yes, as have we. Kim had asked that question earlier about, I think it was Kim, how do you make money on Whatnot? Things go for so cheap. Yeah. It's all in the buy. It's all in buying it right. And when you are a new seller, and if you want to build that following, you want to get to that 1K followers, to that 1K sales, you gotta take some losses. You gotta get stuff. One of the things that we had mentioned is, I'm still in that eBay seller mentality because there's a lot of items that I sell, say on Whatnot, that they might go for 5, 8, $10 that I could get 20, 30, $40 for on eBay.
Right.
Now,
Right.
I sold it instantly on Whatnot and it's gone and I've got that
Right.
money. Now that I have the instant pay, I will have that money right now where
Right.
I can list it on eBay for that $30 range rather than, I might get 5, $10 out of it. I can list it for that $30 range or $30 range, but it might be a week, it might be 6 weeks, it might be
Right.
a year before somebody comes along, finds it, gets that item, and buys it. So, is it a loss are you
The
leaving
fees
money
are
on the
also
table?
cheaper on Whatnot. That's
Yes,
another thing too than they are on eBay. Can I do a quick shout out to Ken?
most certainly, most certainly.
Okay, this from Paul the Philly Flipper, and it was something that I was guilty of. People were bringing to Whatnot their rejects of eBay, the stuff that they didn't want to list on eBay, and they weren't selling
Yeah,
anything, and they were selling it for $1, and they were getting mad, and you could literally see it. I was guilty of
yeah,
doing that a lot when I first started because I was heavy on the eBay. But if you take some of that stuff and you say, you know what, I'm going to take some of the stuff that I had on eBay and I'm going to put it up on Whatnot, then all of the stuff going to get a crowd, a following, and people are going to come into your
yeah,
room because you're showing good quality stuff. Paul the Philly Flipper
yes,
has a show every Saturday night at 7 o'clock where he starts every item off at $1. And I have
yes,
never seen him not sell anything. He sells everything in the show, and I've
yeah,
never seen anything go for $1. I mean, the
yeah.
cheapest I've ever
Well,
seen him sell something is like $4, and the stuff will just keep going and going and going and going and going. And I've seen him
yeah,
selling stuff for $60, but it's you're not taking your. He told me, he said, I don't take my eBay rejects and put them to Whatnot. I source now for Whatnot and bring it to there. Yes, exactly. But he told me that, and that's what Tracy and I have started to do, which is why I was able to transition down from eBay to more of
yes,
Whatnot. I still have an eBay store, and I would love for you to go to my
yeah,
eBay store, but it's more of higher end stuff that wouldn't make that money on eBay yet, and I can't off at $1 and sell the stuff for more.
yeah.
Paul
It's
can.
building
So
it's building that big following. It's building, when there's a big difference between having 10, 12,000 followers than
yeah,
there is
he's a new
having,
seller.
1 or 3. Paul's a very personable guy.
Very.
He's fun. He knows what he's doing in the selling. And yeah, I could not do $1 sales.
Right.
Yeah, and
Well,
Kristen,
we'll get
she
to that.
sources for Whatnot. And yeah, and
Yeah.
eventually, as if you keep working at it, again, well, I'm going to go back up here where Chris said, I get these storage unit stuff. Now I have a fortunate situation that I'm working with some storage units, and I could do 2 or 3 shows a week. But I'm also realistic about the time that I can invest into the Whatnot, to the eBay, to the storage units, to life, um, and not overextending myself to where something suffers one way or the other.
Right.
And
Like we're trying to
things
do
will
this
work
right
out.
now and move at the same time.
Yeah.
But I'm not
Yes.
going to
And that'd be
stop
very
doing
difficult
Whatnot and eBay
because you lose that
because
momentum. I've
right.
seen Ray Nashville Flipper talk about that, where if they take like he had a kind of a period of time where they were off for almost a month, and it took him a very long time to gain that following back because people have short attentions. They forget about you. And
Right.
Kim, sources for my garage. Okay, we talked about my garage and we talked about Jill's basement. Kim T. Wait, why am I pointing at you? Kim T and the
I,
10.
I was curious myself, but I wasn't going to say nothing.
She has the stuff. I think I source for Whatnot and Ken source for eBay, and sometimes the two intersect. Yes. But anyway, Yeah, it's when we talked about buying the items for a good price, and if you can sell
Yeah.
them, maybe you're selling it for $10 on WhatNot, and you could get 30 or 40 for it on eBay, or maybe even more. I struggle still with am I leaving money on the table by not putting it on eBay? But
Right.
I've been trying to train myself, and there's a saying that I've said to people and on air and the podcast and stuff before is there's a difference between leaving money on the table and putting food on the table. This is what I do for a living. It's how I exist. It's how my bills get paid. It's how
Me too.
how I eat, how I do anything, whether it's, just paying the bills or having some fun, being able to buy some things or go some places. And, um, and if you have that steady income of money, which again, I've been starting to learn, it doesn't matter where my source of income comes. It was before, it's like everything was eBay. Everything was in the eBay basket. Now I have maybe fewer sales on eBay, but I'm supplementing that with WhatNot sales and Facebook Marketplace sales from storage unit items. And so at the end of the month, yeah, you might look at my eBay store and go, man, he's failing miserably there. But you didn't see all of the stuff from WhatNot or the Facebook Marketplace that are usually just cash sales.
Right. And
Uh,
to answer T. Kim's too, to tack on what you were saying, Tracy and I buy storage units also, and we have gotten huge storage units that have had all this new stuff in it. So when I
yes,
sell something for $1, I generally have a penny into it. So I make that money, and then all of the sales add up to one big thing, and it
yeah,
just that's how we make that money. And I love
yes,
giving. I was able to give away an N64. I'm giving away another N64 for Amanda Fireball Flipper when she gets to 1,000 sales, and I'm able
yes,
to do that because I have next to nothing in the product that I'm giving away.
yes. Yeah, it's all in the buy. WhatNot
Right.
is all in the buy, unless you get to those levels like Paul and Jen and Corey Max and all of these people that we've talked about, where
Mm-hmm.
they can go source the same that they sourced on eBay. They can source those same sort of items. They can pay up maybe a little bit because they know they're confident that their following and their people are going to pay them enough to make it worth having maybe paid up for the item. We could talk
Right. And
about that all day long.
another thing, yeah, go
Uh,
ahead, Ken. I'm sorry.
just yeah, Chris, if he put Silent Hill 2 up, he might get $20 on eBay. He got 140. Give me eBay all day, every day. 100%, Chris. You are always going to make that good money on Chris, and I would never. And I think that there are some people who if you have an item that you paid very little for, and you're going to get 20 to 140 on a item that has a very high sell-through rate, that item that Silent Hill, I forget what it was. There were
Silent Hill 2 for PlayStation 2.
Silent Hill 2. Yeah, there was very few listings, and like, I don't know, was a 5,000% sell-through rate. Hell yeah, you're
Yeah.
going to put it on eBay. You're not going to put that on WhatNot.
No.
It's those items that are mid, that are, and you do the same, Brian. You said you still have an eBay store, and you're picking
Yeah.
and choosing, and you're making those decisions. That
Yeah.
these are good sell-through rates for a good profit, and let's make the money here. And the stuff that's, I don't even want to say that's mid stuff. It's good stuff that you guys are selling, or it's bulk, lots of stuff. When you do your shows, like the media shows, or you
Mhm.
do the, I seen you doing a bunch of like school supply stuff, back to
Yeah.
school and school supplies. You have zero in that. So you can give a
Right.
good deal to somebody. They can buy it
Mhm.
for $1 and $2 and $3, items that they would have had to go to the store and pay, 8, 10, 15 for. You're making some money. They're getting a good deal. And that's what people are looking for, is a good deal.
Right.
All the way
Another
around.
thing too is you use clickbait. Like if I would have had Silent Hill 2 for the PlayStation 2, I could run it in a console show because I have that following already. So if I have it, I put it in the title. And then let's say I spent $50 for it. And I list about another 200 items into that show, and that it sells. Let's say it sells for $40. Well, you might be thinking I lost $10. I didn't lose $10 because I sold the other 200 items for $5.
Yes,
that would have never sold on eBay for that. They would have sold for $1.50 or whatever. But I use that as clickbait to bring it in. So then I look at my total number of that sale for the WhatNot show, and it's $500. And I had a grand total of, let's say, $100 in the show. Minusing all the fees, I'm still clearing a great amount of money. So sometimes you can use it for clickbait and things like that.
100%. You're gonna, I'm gonna give away this. I'm gonna be running this item. I'm gonna do something that's special. And man, if you come here, you might get this for a cheap price. And but you've made all that other money. I did put a link in there, and Jill is correct. Our friend Kristen, a rural squirrel, is like, she's like 20, less than 30 sales away. She did a big live plush show from the bins yesterday. She sold like 90 plus items. She was very close to getting to her 1,000, and she's like 20 some items short from being at 1,000 sales.
I didn't even know she wasn't at 1,000. I would have thought that she was coming up on 10,000.
Well, that's what everybody thought about me too. You know, when they started to do the draft, it was like, wait, Ken's not at 1,000 sales yet. But that's neither here nor there. So go, if for those of you that are still left, I appreciate it. Click on that link. Go to bookmark Kristen's next show. I think she has a show, I think on Friday. I don't want to say. You go check it out. Go check her out.
Yeah, definitely check out Kristen.
Buy something from her bin. Buy something. Gift something to a chat. Do something to help support our friend and get her there. Brian, we're gonna wrap it up because I got a bunch of junk I got to do. And
me too.
And I appreciate you, my friend. You and Tracy as well. And
thank you, Ken.
For the battle was great. We're gonna get that squared away, and I'm looking forward to doing more of that. And,
you're on a roll. You have beaten me and Chris.
I am I'm 2 for 2 in my last two, but I'm tied overall. I'm tied overall with Chris Cajun Reseller. Again, Chris, my friend, be safe today.
Definitely.
Batten down the hatches there, as they say. Thank you, Kristen, for bookmarking Kristen's show. Thank you for Kristen for bookmarking Kristen's show. So Brian, we're out of here. Thank you very much. We will look for you on the t-shirt battle tomorrow night, but also tonight on the raid train. The plush show late night. If you're hanging out tonight, you want to after tonight's t-shirt battle.
Yeah, and I also have a raid-in show too. I haven't scheduled it yet, but I raided into every one of the t-shirt battles, whether or not I was in it or not, which obviously I wasn't because of the fact mine is tomorrow. But I did a raid-in show on every single one of them, except for one because they changed it, and so me and you had our battle. But we, excuse me, I'll have another one where I'm going to be giving away. I'm not giving away. I'm going to be trying to sell a Nintendo Wii, working condition and all that.
Cool. I want to see what you get for those because I have a half a dozen of them.
I got more.
Sitting out there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I like this. Ken won. Ken won. Technically, Jill says. All right. Brian, have a great day, my friend.
I had this one ready.
I had this one ready. Oh, I didn't even bring. I had the Clefairy. I didn't even bring out. I handled Brian so easily in this battle. All right. I mean, I didn't even have to bring. Although I was down like 11-9
Thank you,
or 11-8.
Carolyn, for being
Had to
in. I appreciate it.
Battle back. Yes. Have a great week, Carolyn, for sure. I didn't even bring my super weapon. I did not bring my super weapon to beat you. I didn't need it in the end. So if this ever happens again, or I ever find myself in a tough,
we have to have a battle again. There's no doubt.
Oh yeah, we'll battle something. We're gonna do that for sure. But I'm running out of time here in my afternoon. So everybody, thank you for sticking around with us. This is a great show. I enjoy talking about whatnot, and I enjoy talking with my friend Brian. And we will see you all next week. Maybe I'll review mayonnaises. Maybe I'll review different mayos next week on Ken versus 10, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll see you then.